This is a production. Dro TV.
Hola, amigos. Hola, 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 hola. This is Pedro Boyd Art, Texan Spaniard, and we have Zeus King Dark is with us.
Woo!
Woo!
What's up?
I need to fix up my hat. We are having an art stream tonight. We don't. Good for us. We have no viewers at the moment. I could probably sing. I will admit this. I probably could sing tonight, but I had a few reasons I wanted to save my voice for some things coming up next week, earlier in the week that I have to do. So, because I have to record, and there's some bad stuff going around, and so I was like, well, let's do an art stream. It's been a while, anyways. I've been wanting to get back into doing art. I don't know how to go. I haven't drawn in a while, but
Right?
but we'll see.
Well, you know, you know what, what worked real well in the past is just kind of, picking a childhood cartoon. You know,
Cartoon. Yeah, that could work. I want to
cartoon
do
anime something.
right. I want to do something kind of because Halloween's coming up. I want to start doing
Yeah.
some scary stuff. I was almost tempted to draw like the super intricate. I have this idea of the super intricate vampire coffin, but I was like, no, people are gonna be bored of me drawing some super intricate ink drawing for like 2 hours, and it may not even be finished, and then people just be like, "What is happening? Why is he drawing a coffin?" So I was like, "Well, I better not do that." But how are you, Zeus? How is everything?
It's good. It's good. It's going pretty good. So, not enough. Not enough to complain about. In the greater scheme of things.
It's pretty crazy world out there. We live in a crazy times. So yeah, I get what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Um,
I don't think I
but
promoted the stream. Let me run
created.
around the discords real fast. Yes.
Yeah, created. Started creating those trading cards for work
Tell us about the
and
training cards. Is it so? Are they actually doing this for the Inchi stuff or?
yeah. Well, that's what we're gonna make some prototypes and see what the owner says because we've got the ability to you know to add these in as little extra gifts or see how schools like them and things like that. So I've created over like 55 animal friends for Inchi and plus other characters uh, you know from the children's books that we've done, and so um, we're using them to make trading cards similar to the way a Pokemon card or a Magic the Gathering card
Right.
looks.
With a game attached, right? Like there's gonna be a game aspect to it.
Yeah, something kind of a simplified type of thing, but it's all kind of reading based. So it's like I think it'll be like instead of doing damage to somebody else, it's like you have to give them a certain amount of books. You
Mm.
know, so like instead of an attack that does damage, it'll be your ability is something to give them so many books, and once they get enough books, they're out because they're gonna go read.
Right, right.
So
That sounds pretty good. I mean, it sounds like something good for, like for kids and
right. It's not, and I put reading quotes on there, like Garrison Keeler's got a famous quote: "A book is a gift that you can open again and again." Things like that. Just stuff to kind of be fun and colorful and encourage reading. So, but I mean, we I could easily do 100 or 200 cards. With the characters we have and in different variations. We can make a hollow foil.
Oh yeah.
Um, we can do like a full art hollow foil.
Let me
Um,
let me show people what we're talking about. Is that okay or no?
yeah. No, that's fine.
I mean, who knows if people will see. But let me see. Let me see how I want to do this.
I should have grabbed a screenshot of it. Maybe I'll have that for next.
I gotta find my deal. My eyesight's terrible. Like, I'm gonna do some art. My eyesight's terrible.
Yeah.
So here y'all can see the cards. Number 1, Inchy the Bookworm. A book that is a gift you can open again and again. And then 2, Yolanda the Yak. 3, Dorje the Monk. Is that what it is, or how do you pronounce that?
I think it's Dorje. It's
Dorje.
Tibet.
Okay. Ribbert the Frog. That's such a great name, Ribbert the Frog.
Yeah.
Charlie the Gator. Archie the Gator. Sandy the Tortoise. Ginger the Tortoise. Oliver the Palace Guard. Yeah,
So
those
yeah,
look great.
yeah. Oliver came from the children's book
Right.
because the owner wrote the book. He wanted Inchy to fly over Buckingham Palace. So of course, had to put in Palace Guard.
Let me pull up the other one so they can see the back, what the back of the card to look like.
So we got the ability to create all this stuff and make it happen.
Look at that. Inchy's trading card game.
Yeah. So eventually, if things go well enough, we might even have to outsource it.
Oh, for the printing, right? For the published.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As of right now, we can do it in small batch stuff in house.
Right.
But if they really catch on, like if schools need 50, 100 packs or something like that, eventually that's gonna catch up to us to where we'd have to have a dedicated person doing it, with essentially with no errors as well. So
Yeah. That.
but yeah.
That is gonna be pretty cool. The book. You put so much work into the book. Is the book, is it available like everywhere, or like can you go to
You can
Amazon and find it?
buy it from the website. I think you might be able to get it on Amazon.
Let me
I'm
look
not
it up.
sure, but I know you can get it from our website.
Let's see. Oh, as Inchy, what was it?
Um, uh, Inchy the Bookworm, the Dream.
Let's see. Oh, hey, The Adventures of Inchy the Bookworm, Inchy's Dream. You can totally find this on Amazon. I don't know if it's it's currently unavailable. Wow, it's currently unavailable. Written by Jason
Yeah.
Bloomberg and illustrated
Yeah.
by Charles Underhill, aka Zeus King Dark. The God of Thunder.
Yeah. Bookvending.com. You can get it.
Okay. Bookvending.com.
Yeah. Bookvending.com. You can get it for as little as $6.99.
Yeah, and she's book vending.
So everything in the book I created by hand and in Illustrator.
Gonna put that link in the thing. Although I know we don't have viewers at the moment. Even though no one's here, I'm gonna put this link up.
But the cover, the style of the cover was influenced by Where the Wild Things Are.
Right.
With the bar above and bar below. So
Bar above and bar below. Are you drawing anything tonight, Zeus, or?
yeah. I was just trying to kind of think of something.
We're both in the same boat.
It's funny because I mentioned to Luch about that one manga, that Xenon.
Oh yeah. I remember that from Viz Comics in the early days.
Yeah. And when it was coming out in America, it came out every 2 weeks.
Yes.
And it was what was it, $1.25?
Could
Yeah.
be, yeah.
Yeah, it's like $3 a month. Now you can buy. Yeah, it's going for $5.
Oh wow. Everything's
That
gets more expensive now.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bi-weekly, $1.50 every 2 weeks. So you're paying $3 a month, and most comics at that time were still under $1. I think that was 87. I think they were about 75 cents.
I'm going to let's see if you can figure out what I'm doing. We'll see. Yeah, I remember seeing like the ads for that.
Yeah.
And oh yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just. What was that magazine that they had? That Viz Comics had. They had a magazine.
You mean the stuff where they kind of did stuff kind of like Shonen Jump and put different stuff in it?
Yeah, they had like area. Was that
Area 88.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like the testing zone to see what people liked. Okay, so that was 1984. Marvel stuff was still 60 cents. So 3 years later, everything was probably sitting around $1. But yeah, I was buying so many comics. Like I would dig through the couch cushions to try to find
Huh.
change to
Right.
to go up to, because see, for a long time, like there was a Heroes in town, but it didn't come in until later, until like, we were like 16 or so, and I remember buying comics, when I was like, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12. Walking up, there was a hobby store closed and opened, a newsstand opened up inside of it, and they had, books, magazines, comics, you know wrestling magazines. I spent so much time there. The manager would he would pay me to do stuff sometimes. Like sometimes I helped, once a year doing inventory and things like that.
Let me see.
Yeah,
What this
that helmet from the Xenon was just, that was the best.
Any idea what this is yet?
Um. Oh. Oh, Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. That was another. One of the early sci-fi ones.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very somber, depressing, a little bit in some ways.
Yeah.
Xenon was like the first one I remember where you kind of, kind of learned about, you know, how people were in high school in Japan.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. That
You
makes
know,
sense. Yeah.
with the school uniforms and the high collars, and some of them, some of the school groups had, banners and, shit like that. And
I was way into Yurei Yatsura,
right.
and yeah. So I think some of that school stuff I got from that, because Viz was pushing that pretty early on too.
Yeah. Yeah, there was Area 88 and Battle Angel, Alita, and
Yeah, Battle Angel, Leader, the art was so nice, and
yeah. Um, well, that one movie,
oh, I forgot they did a live action movie.
yeah, but even before that, there was that Elysium. That
Oh, okay.
Elysium ripped it off big time.
I gotta get a sip of
Um,
water.
Elysium with Matt Damon. That was the same. I mean, it's kind of a it's not an uncommon story to see people living in squalor trying to, you know reach reach out to a place that's too good to be true. you know
Hold on one moment. Always a
it,
smile. Welcome in. You're packing. You're moving. For your big move tomorrow. Oh, thank you for stopping by. Uh, you got a big moving day ahead of you. Have a good move. We're just doodling a bit tonight. And, this is I'm working on Vampire Hunter D thing. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. Okay, it continues. Zeus. I'm sorry.
thanks for coming by. Always a smile. It's always nice to have you come by. um but you know, they fought some big mechs in Xenon too. But like I was saying, the Elysium, I felt like they borrowed heavily uh,
Battle Angel.
from Battle Angel. Um, I'm just not feeling him today. He looks like the main character from Xenon.
Oh, okay.
You know, he looks like a million, you know, of the teenagers
Right.
from the 80s. Um,
You don't know how many times I used what I call the Rick Hunter hair for characters when I was younger. I made up so many
right.
characters with the Rick Hunter hair. They all
Yeah.
had the Rick Hunter hair. Well, I bring it up because the you know the character design of that is basically Rick Hunter hair. uh, I don't know which came first, if Macross or that came first. I'm not certain.
Macross or what?
Xenon.
Oh, I mean, who knows? But
We'd have to look it up. Yeah.
I mean, Macross is
So much more influential. Yeah, I know that, but
let's see,
but that I mean that hair
82,
oh, what was it?
82, 1982 for Macross. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I just you know it's probably just you know. Plus, it was just going around. You know.
Oh yeah. I'm just going at this fast and loose. I'm like, I'll clean it up as it goes. I never, you know, I never worry too much about, as you know, I don't worry too much about mistakes and things like that. I'm just like, well, it's whatever. It's okay.
Right.
It's okay, whatever happens. When I was younger, or when I was getting paid for stuff, that's a different situation. But
Yeah, but
when you're
you
just
know,
doing stuff, you're just like, well, I just whatever.
yeah. I mean, I saw some recent stuff from David Finch that looked really nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like. I mean, he's always been a good artist,
Right.
you know. You know, but like he like he kind of you know he's entrenched in his style, and you know sometimes it just seems um, like you almost take it for granted sometimes. Um, and it was just some really stunning kind of different looking uh, different for him a little. It just actually had a almost like a little bit of Barry Windsor Smith influence in it. But
Always a smile. You said I'd love to stay and watch so I can know more about you. Miles a smile. So yeah, hey, you take care of what you got. You got a huge thing ahead of you, sending power and energy your way. So all the best. All the best. Barry Windsor Smith. You know I love Barry Windsor Smith.
yeah.
I mean, who doesn't, right? Like, especially
I
for
think
our
yeah,
age. Like,
you have to be blind,
yeah,
you know, uh, to not like Barry Windsor Smith.
yeah.
Just because he just such an incredible artist.
Yeah, he's really amazing.
But like I said, I'd give real money to know, what it was that got him to change gears to go from, you know, that Gene Conlon, John Romita Senior style into,
What we
that.
know him for, yeah.
Uh, what was that?
Do you remember that thing I bought one time? I got the PDF and I shared it with you,
From
and
the Marvel Works or
uh,
the
it was about John Byrne. Remember?
yeah from the that was from the Tomorrows guys.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
That was it. Did they do one with Barry Windsor?
I'll look real quick.
I don't know. Like maybe there's a thing in there about it. That'd be interesting. So let me show you guys roughly where we're at.
The colors are nice.
I'll refine it as it goes. It'll get all refined. I make a mess and then I refine it.
Yeah. Do they have a search bar? Yeah. Okay, so for Barry Windsor Smith, it does not appear
Okay.
that he does not have a like a master work.
Right. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I didn't know what I was gonna draw tonight, but when you said anime, for some reason, Vampire Hunter D popped in my head. I guess because I was trying to think of something horror based.
regular pencil here.
You were gonna do a Xenon, but you're not sure
No,
now.
I'm doing somebody else here.
Okay.
So,
Who you doing?
well, we will see if you can guess here.
Oh, okay. We're gonna get to see it. Huh?
Maybe.
Ange, welcome in, Ange. We're doing a little art stream at the moment. Here's where we're at. It's a little watercolory mess. It'll get refined though. How you doing, Ange? Let's see here. Oof.
Um, yeah, every time that they would come out with some good animation on sci-fi, it was always a treat. But I was out there. I was at Suncoast. I was buying it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's where I found um, Bubblegum Crisis and Genesis Survivor Guy art, and some of those really obscure ones that a lot of people don't even know. And then of course, I had my friend George in college. He he introduced me to Dragon Ball, and
Dragon Ball. Dun, dun, dun. I don't remember which one that was. Dragon Ball. Dun, 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 dun.
the
Yes, and Zeus is here. Zeus is here. You bowed out of modding last night, partway through. Wasn't feeling well. Oh yeah, how are you feeling? How are you feeling, Ange, with the all the dental stuff you've been through? How are you doing with all of that? Suncoast was such a cool store, Zeus. I used to, besides all
yeah
the movies and anime and this and that, the movie posters. Used to love
yeah
looking at the movie posters, and you'd see lots of people looking at the movie posters.
yep
Yeah, on the 23rd you get more work done, right, Ange? But yeah, the movie posters, such a fun thing there. I used to love going to that store. And it was always funny. You'd go in the 90s, towards the late 90s, there was the thing with, what were those? Girls Gone Wild. Do you remember the Girls Gone Wild commercials and stuff?
yeah the infomercials on it,
Oh no,
all kind of odd out.
we got a bot. Let me take care of this.
Oh, I got it.
Oh.
I got it.
Uh um oh wow, thank you, Zeus.
Got it.
Zeus on it. It used to be funny in towards the late 90s. You'd go to Suncoast and you'd see people trying to hide their Girls Gone Wild purchases, like with other movies and stuff around it.
Yeah.
That used to be a funny aspect of going to Suncoast.
And it's funny because like that's that's like a from in a more conservative area, whereas like like in bigger areas like New York, everybody had the back of the back of the convenience store, the back of the
Oh,
video
okay.
store, whatever, where it was stuff was just being you had to be sold to go back there. And
Yeah, yeah. They did have that in the video rental stores here, like an adult section.
yeah
It would always be near, like, the movie the video rental stores here. They would always be near the horror movies. The horror movies would be like leading to that leading to that door. So you'd see like the college kids and adults going in there, like. Yeah, I do miss video rental stores. I will say this. I do miss them.
yeah they you could meet new people and strike up conversations.
In the early days of Stephanie and I dating, we used to sometimes we'd go and we'd look through the movies, like, what do we want to watch? Like, what do we want to watch tonight? Like, say there was nothing to watch in the movie theaters.
Yeah
What do we want to watch? We would like go through and see what we wanted to watch and stuff like that. That's gone now. Well, I guess people now you argue about what you want to watch on streaming, but
yeah it's not
it's not the same though. It's not the same.
No.
Because sometimes you'd see things that you didn't think about, you know,
Yeah.
and you'd both go, "Oh, well, that looks kind of interesting. I never heard of that," and maybe you end up watching some terrible movie, and you know you didn't know.
I mean, a lot of times you kind of knew. You kind of knew. You
Yeah,
know.
I guess so.
I mean, if it was, if it wasn't a big name star in it, and you hadn't heard about it from other people or whatnot, you kind of knew it was going to be, there was going to be some trash.
Yeah, I guess so. I remember early college stuff about like when you'd hang out with your friends and stuff. Sometimes like they'd want to rent movies. Sometimes you'd end up seeing some weird stuff that way.
Yeah, but and then I had my friends in college, where I met more people that watched anime that and I had you know told before about being able to watch um, Akira on Laserdisc.
Oh, right, right.
You know, and I mean, we
I like
watched it
that
all
guy.
the way through. We watched it all the way. That's coming along, Pedro.
Okay.
Um, we watched it all the way through several times, and then one of the guys was like he wanted to watch. He wanted to see every frame.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it like I can only do it for about a half hour because you only get through so much of of the the
Right.
movie, but uh, it was incredible. I mean, I remember really watching that the battle on the motorcycles and um, the clowns and
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
the whole you know but of course the whole time that we're watching each frame go by during that battle we're all going don't wee
Oh,
ho.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome in, zombie. Welcome in, zombie. Zombie.
Zombo. What's good, Zombo?
We're doing a little doodling.
The Zombonator. Now, I am working on a classic anime character.
When you have if you have anything ready to show us, I can find a way to put it on the screen.
Yeah, yeah. Let me just finish
Okay.
this penciling here, and I think it's defined enough.
I've been wanting to work on something art related in the future. Just not sure yet. You know I always want to do figure art because I love doing figure drawings, but
Yeah, I,
the
I love doing that.
I mean but the thing is like Instagram and a bunch of places they're getting more restrictive on that stuff. So it's like I can't do that. Gotta think it's something else. Or I don't know if you remember in 2023 I did like a bunch of figure drawings with the idea of putting it out as a book or as a little zine or something. But I never did it. I never put it out. But I still have I even what was that one place you showed us, the Kaboom? Was that what it was? Kaboom or Kablam printing?
Yep.
I like had the thing. I formatted a whole book thing for that, like with the specs and stuff. Um, but yeah, I just didn't, you know.
You didn't pull the trigger on it.
No, because I was like, it's not.
How many
It's not.
pages was it?
Oh, I want to say it was 24 or 28. I can't remember. I'd have to pull it up.
Yeah.
I still have it on my computer. I just can't show it on the air.
Right.
Don't want to get in trouble, so I can't show it on the air. It was 28 pages. The interior was 28 pages. 28 pages of art, and then you had the just a little text on the inside cover and stuff. Oh wow, and you're at 5 stream streak. Zeus is probably at like 61 or 62. Who knows at this point?
I've been on it.
I know. Let's see here. Let's see here.
Where you want me to send this, Pedro? You want me to put it in Twitter?
Sure. Let me let me go check it out. Let me check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
Let's see.
They don't make them like that anymore. Trying to remember the name of that guy. They don't make them like that anymore. You know that song?
Vaguely.
The thing about that song, it's very I think it's like the only hit those people have, but they're
Right.
super protective of it. Oh, I know who this is. Let me. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see here, amigos. Let's check out what Zeus is doing, amigos. Check this out. It's Devil Man. Y'all see it? Y'all see Devil Man? That's looking good, Zeus.
Thank you.
You're killing it. You're killing it. You and I were just talking about Devil Man a while back.
Yeah. It was one of those ones that was pretty. It was pretty edgy, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean it was so shocking, like cause what I told you before, I only knew just hadn't really seen it. I think the only thing I had seen really was the movie with Mazinger. There's the Mazinger movie with the Devil Man, and but like I just saw the character designs and stuff, just the anime one, where he's that blue.
Yeah.
And he just looks like a superhero, He just looks like a superhero.
Right. Big red wings and
Yeah.
blue green body and
Yeah, he just looks like a superhero. And then
yeah.
I didn't think anything, And then I finally was exposed to the manga, the original manga, it was just like mortifying. Like it was the things that happened, especially at the end. Holy shit! Like it's like what? This is Devil Man. Like
Yeah, because that's like you know it's like part of that once you kind of fall into that pit of the horror genre,
Yeah.
of anime, because there are so many.
Ooh, what's that? What's that noise, Zeus? What are you cutting up?
Uh,
Oh, it's pencil sharpener. Okay, okay.
need a little refresher on the point here. I've always been like huge about loving a sharp point.
Yeah, if I was doing line work, yes. Um, some other things it just depend what I was doing.
It took me until like high school to like learn about things that weren't lines.
Oh, I
Because
got you. Yeah.
I love line work so much that I didn't even I remember like one of the one of the girls in my AP art class was like, you don't have to use a line for everything. And you know and so I took that as like a little bit of a challenge. And I remember and it's funny too because I actually drew Xenon and um used the eraser to draw with a lot on that. I wish I still had it because there was him like in an action pose, like jumping through the air, and the he wasn't even wearing the helmet. I drew the helmet on there, but I did a smoky background and used smudging tools and
Hmm.
eraser and
Okay.
different things for the first, like really for the first time, and turned out really nice. I have no idea whatever happened to that.
It's like a lot of stuff, right?
Well, the thing is though, like I'm historically um, really greedy about my art.
Hmm.
You know? So this it's bugging the shit out of me because I think somebody had stolen at some point in
Oh.
time. Yeah, my Silver Surfer Galactus,
Oh yeah.
because it should be with all my other pinups, and I know I would have remembered selling it. Um, because that was just one of those ones where um, I'd had people interested in it, and I was just never all that interested in selling it.
Right.
It's like if somebody had asked me to draw them their own, you know, like I didn't mind. I was always happy to do commissions, but there was just something about selling one I'd already done. Because like I felt like it was it's just like part of me.
I understand.
Yeah.
Um. So something that we would do sometimes is like if we something came out really good, we liked it, it may make the price go up.
Yeah.
Um, but in the fine art world, once upon a time, you had really no rules on how you could price stuff. I mean, you just kind of did whatever, you know. That was a good, sort of a nice thing about working in that field. Um, you could kind of price things however you wanted, honestly.
Yeah.
If someone gave you a hard time, you can price it more or whatever. But
Yeah.
or you like someone, you could price it less. But now people don't go for that now, but it's changed a lot. So the I keep up with stuff even if I'm not involved in it at the moment. And Stephanie and I have just been, I don't even know what to say about some of the stuff with what's going on in the fine art world. You would have to have gone through that, like the fine art training to kind of get, like, there are things about what qualified as real art or not. There used to be a lot of quantifiers and things,
Mm-hmm.
and it was based off, like, you know, kind of centuries of philosophy and discussion, and right, like things sort of back and forth. And there's a big thing about, like, intent. So there used to be a big thing about the intent of the art. So I remember one of the things that always shocked people was about Norman Rockwell, because the position was he was an amazing painter, but he didn't make any art because he was commercial artist, and because the intent was for commercial purposes, they're like, it's not real art. This was a long held thing.
Mm-hmm. I
And
think I remember. I think I remember people kind of talking about that when I was in college.
this was it's a long held thing about him.
Which is crazy.
Well, it's crazy partly because, like, say, now I personally, I love Jackson Pollock, right? I
Mm-hmm.
love Jackson Pollock, but Jackson Pollock is about the most commercialized artist you can ever imagine. And you may not think that at first if you saw Jackson Pollock art, right? But if you saw how he made his art and sort of the regard he had for it, or I should say, like, the little regard, it's like like the most commercial person you can ever imagine. And there is never a thing like, you know, well, this guy's a fraud. He's he's commercial artist, right? Um, so, you know, because Jackson Pollock would just make a bunch of stuff and then just be like, oh, these people want something this size, and he would just cut it up.
Yeah, because I mean, he's throwing a lot of paint on
Well,
the.
yeah, yeah, he had that all over pattern style. Yeah, I mean, and so, yeah, I mean, he just splatters stuff, and he had so little regard for what he was doing. He had, like, bits of cigarette butts and stuff embedded in it, and his art's real fragile. I don't know if you know this about Jackson Pollock art. His art's real fragile.
Hmm.
I went to an exhibition of it once, and there's, like, little under his paintings. There's, like, little pieces of the paint just, like, falling off everywhere, like on the floor, because, I mean, it's just he had no regard, really. He was just like, oh, these people want this. Well, here's this stuff. He would just kind of spit it out there.
Right.
But well, but anyways, yeah, things couldn't commercial. If stuff was made, like, for commercial purposes, it's like, no, it's not art. And so you would go like, oh, okay, you know. It used to be such a hard line, Zeus. Like, they were very stoic about this. Okay?
Yeah.
Very stoic about this. And then this started happening almost 20 or so years ago, but branding is a huge deal in the fine art world now. Like they have people, they make a design, and then they have factories just pump out, however many sculptures or little versions of it they need. Have little things just pumped out of it, little action figures and stuff pumped out of it. Have clothes and stuff pumped out of their designs and stuff. And so the old, the me in college would be like, oh, well, that's bad,
Right.
because it'd be like, well, that's not allowed, it's not allowed. Well, now they're just like, oh yeah, more power. They run with it because it's money. It's all become so corporate in a way. Bean likes to call it a mafia, a little bit, but it's just different. It just changed. It changed for a number of reasons. I mean, we're not gonna go into all that stuff, but it's changed for a lot of reasons. But one of it is just at some point they're like, hey, we can make a lot of money. So they make a lot of money.
Yeah, my instructor from Brian and Stratton, she keeps trying to get me to come out there and help out at the the big Allentown Art Festival every year, and I'm just like, I just don't care. I mean, everything that she's ever said about those kind of people that she that she deals with them about, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't really give two rat's asses about what. I don't need to impress people like that. I don't need anybody like that in my corner. To help me do what I want to do. Right. So, so I don't, if they see me doing what I do and they like it, fine. But I'm not going out of my way to try to what do you say, what, like, curry their favor or whatever.
Right. Well, and a lot of it is driven by factors that don't have anything to do with the actual art anyways.
Right.
Some of it is just about kind of who they want for a cult of personality, or who fits in a certain agenda of sorts or whatever, or what they think will be a marketable thing to that audience, because there's a specific audience. It's not like your everyday person or whatever.
Right.
And the thing is, if they get enough product out of you at some point in the fine art business, they kind of like, well, how much, we kind of killed you in this market. You kind of need to move to another market. I don't know. It's a hard business. I'll say that. It's a very hard business.
I mean, it's really. I mean, I don't understand. Most people don't understand, and I've said this before, but it's really impressive that you were able to be a fine artist in Texas for 20 years.
But but you know why? Most of that was my business wasn't in Texas. My business was like out of state.
Yeah, but still, I mean, just living in where you were. I mean, where you are. I mean, where you grew up, and it's just
but Texas has a fairly decent art scene.
Yeah,
in
but
the bigger
I mean,
cities.
You don't think of
Prison City for art, yeah.
Right.
Because I live in Prison City. Yeah, but yeah, it's interesting. Stephanie and I ended up getting a really good art education from Sam Houston State University.
Right.
We were lucky. There was a time when they had a really good, they for whatever reason, they just made really good hires, and they had a really good art department. And we actually learned stuff. That's not a guarantee in all those smaller schools or whatever that you're gonna learn stuff.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you this too, and I had a fairly decent workload, right?
Yeah.
Of stuff I had to do, but if the amount of time that you put into stuff, would it tells people don't understand. When I've told other students, and they just look at me like, well, all I got to do is the bare minimum, so I can get my degree, and I'm like, your degree might get you the interview, right?
Right.
That'll get you past the past the resume uh, part, and then But once they see what you've done, once they look at your work and they go, okay, well, this person, doesn't really, they don't really put in there's nothing that's impressive, you know. What here makes me go, oh, there's a lot of levels to this. Oh, there's a lot going on here. This person has a passion for this, and that's why we should hire them. So
Trying to think, I want to add some more shading in here.
you see, yeah, it's coming along nicely. And you see, I love graphite too. I think
Oh yeah.
you know I think people, especially as a someone that does what I do, they don't understand how utterly magical pencils are, and different weights, and hard and soft, uh, you know uh, pencils uh, are.
Yes. Um,
And it can be the same stick of lead. There can be inconsistencies and things, and you just have to kind of deal with that, and then not to mention, used to be, when you picked up a 7H pencil, it was going to be a hard ass, you know super light line. Now it's kind of a crapshoot. you
oh,
you just
interesting.
have to, you just have to you just have to uh, you just have to go with it. You have to just go, okay, well, this is that one, you know 5B I've been working with, and it's really like a 2B or something.
Right. Yeah, you are right. It used to be pretty consistent. It didn't really matter the brand so much and stuff. If you needed a XYZ, you know,
Yeah.
you got what you were needing.
These
Uh,
uh these Prismacolor ones that I've been buying forever, uh, they used to be, you used to know when you picked one up what you were getting. But
I just wanted the shadows a little darker around the hair. Trying to see if it showed up.
Oh yeah.
I feel bad I had left the background white. I guess I can change it, but I don't know if I want to mess with it. But
I mean, you could just do the very top of it.
the top of it.
Just the very top of it, you could do, you know, some kind of starry sky if you wanted to. I mean, that's that's what that's whatever you wanted to do.
Let me see something. Let's see. Now we're getting to some Bob Rossisms. It's whatever you want to do. It's whatever you see. I'll say something about Bob Ross. We used to look down on him a lot when I was in art school, when I was in university. And now I appreciate what he does a lot more than I used to.
Yeah.
Because even if a lot of it's formula and stuff, as I got into a professional art career, you realize a lot of shit's formula. Like it's just a reality of the business. You just end up going, I gotta do a lot of formula shit.
Yeah, but also I feel like that he never tried to hide the fact that he was like he it's like, okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. I mean, he was because he was selling the paint and stuff.
Oh yeah, I used to have his paint, the palette knife. I used to use the palette knife all the time.
Yeah.
Because it was just really well made palette knife, to be honest with you.
Yeah. He just he was I think he was really good for people who didn't think they could paint.
Yes. See, you're touching on the thing that we didn't get when I was younger, which was he was sort of teaching just your everyday person, like, hey, you can do anything. Like you can pick this up and make something that looks kind of like something you would imagine or whatever, or like you would think of as art, and they'd be like, oh wow, I can.
And
it's like
I'll
that
tell
age
you,
freely.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I was in Boy Scouts when right, and my dad had been a scoutmaster at our church.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when my older brother was young enough to be in scouts, and he never, my brother, he's kind of a rebel and a hippie and everything, so he didn't jive with scouting. Um, but I loved it, and the guy that was a scoutmaster at this Baptist church was a friend of my dad's. They used to have coffee and a donut every day at the original Krispy Kreme on Stratford Road in Salem. Yeah, and they became friends, and so my dad started taking me there because I didn't do Cub Scouts, which of course wasn't necessary to becoming a Boy Scout. But anyway, one of the men in the troop, one of the assistant scoutmasters, Mr. Cube, I remember one time he was an artist. In his spare time, I remember he was teaching us how to draw. And of course, I was, I don't know, 12, 13 at the time. Of course, I thought I knew everything. And he's the one that taught me about drawing from life. And if you draw something upside down with guideline, with a ruler and guidelines and construction lines, and you treat it as a shape and not the thing that it is. Like if you draw a chair, if you draw a chair, you're in your brain, has a preconceived notion of what a chair is.
Yes.
And when you're drawing it right side up, looking at it, you're gonna slip, and your perspective is gonna be off. All the things about the real thing are gonna slide by the wayside because of what you think it is. But when you draw it upside down and you just treat it like a bunch of shapes, a bunch of posts and things like that, and then you flip it over when you're done, and you put that beside the one you drew right side up, it's you find out, wow, you can draw, you know, and I've used that trick to help a lot of other people uh, that they tell me, oh, well, I can't draw. I'm like, well, no, you just think you can't draw.
Right.
You can't. Yan can cook, and so can you.
Yeah, I can't cook. I remember that.
He went on. He did a video with Uncle Roger. And
Oh, okay. I think I've seen it on YouTube. I haven't watched it, but I've seen it exist. Yeah.
yeah, it might have seen like the short or something, but yeah, they did a video together, and he was showing Roger how to uh, mince ginger, and he just has this amazing butcher knife, and he just slaps it down on the cutting board flat.
Yeah.
He's like pop. He's like, yep, see, they're perfect every time. Uncle Roger's like, holy shit! He's like, I don't even know if I could do that.
I used to see on the cooking shows a lot people taking the garlic and they'd use the flat of the knife. They smash it, and then they chop it up. And it's so weird. I just thought it was something for TV or whatever. And and then it took me a few years before I tried to do it that way. And then I was like, oh wow, this makes a big difference.
Yeah. Here, I'll show you. Do an update
Oh, okay.
picture. Yeah, check that out.
Hold on. Shapes in the. Oh wow. Zeus. I'm gonna show this. It's making me. What'd be cool? Imagine you're making me want to see John Byrne do a Devil Man. Cause there
Yeah.
is something slightly Byrne-esque about this. And it's making me think of like, oh, imagine if John Byrne ever did like Devil Man. That would have been cool. That's looking great.
They used to tell John Byrne when he first started that his eyes looked like Astro Boy eyes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I took a lot from. I've taken
So
a
did
lot from
I.
John. Yeah.
I definitely lifted a lot of things from John Byrne when I was younger. I think I drew a little differently before university. And then I drew a lot differently afterwards. Uh, I think there's various reasons behind that, but
Yeah. He just like whenever the point, like, see, he had that like moment in his career where when he decided to put everything in perspective, uh that really elevated him, and that was just a few years into his stuff, and he just kept getting better at it. uh
right.
and it just made everything like come to life.
Zombie, yes, Zeus is on the line. He's not on the phone, but well, or kind of on the phone. Oh, Ange went to bed. Good night, Ange. Although we're probably too late, but
Hey, zombie, what's up, my friend?
we are just doodling. We're being a bunch of doodling fools. This is I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit, but this is where we're at on this thing. But it's just something to warm up. I say warm up.
What?
It's
God, you tired?
home,
Yeah.
exhausted. Get your hanging out on. 30 hours on the road this week. That's pretty hard. That's pretty hard.
Yeah, I used to deliver beer, wine, and bottled water, man. I know what windshield time is like, my friend.
Thank God it's Friday.
Right? Like I said, it's Friday. The Bills won twice in 4 days.
Let me see here. So I think there are some things down here.
Somebody in the office bought a Buffalo Bills giant cookie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it had a plastic football and a plastic football helmet on it, and it covered in red, white, and blue icing, and had Josh Allen's number 17 on it, and uh, and go Bills. And it actually, I had a sliver of it, probably about as much as like the weight of one and a half Chips Ahoy cookies worth.
Right.
I'd scraped the icing off of it because it's just too much. Yeah, it's just pure sugar and butter. Um, but my sugar wasn't even over 100 at the end of the day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So.
Do you remember this from last year?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's apparently October 25th.
Yep. Beautiful, beautiful, man.
And then this one, Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that same day, October 25th.
Yeah, it was the Halloween stream. God, what they did with that poor movie, man. And they said they're a third one is on the way.
No, why?
I mean, they didn't need to do the second one.
This still holds true right now for anyone who wants to know. Texas heat is no joke.
Oh, absolutely not.
Texas heat is no joke.
No, it's been nice. It's been nice here this past week. Been, like 75, 80 degree days.
There's a Tiger Man, a maid, a mutant maid.
I think in Indian culture that's called like a rakasha.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Here's a little lizard man. A little kiwi lady.
He's he's wearing a cardigan.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you know who these are?
Oh yeah. Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur. Got it. That's his stuff is so beautiful in person.
Oh yeah, I can
It
imagine.
it just absolutely daunting to see Jack Kirby originals
I would love to
in
see
person.
some of his originals. That would be great.
That
Oh, this looks
exhibit.
pretty cool. I was looking at it
That,
on the screen. I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool looking." I don't even remember doing this, but
I don't remember you doing that either. It's definitely you.
2021. You went to an exhibition?
Yeah, yeah. They had it was at the Jewish Museum in New York City for over. It was like there for 15 months, and we went to New York twice. And the first time we went, um, they, I was like, yes, I really want to do this today. Let's do this today. And everybody was all for it. And then the next thing I know, we're going out to Ellis Island,
Uh,
and we did, and it was the time of the Sukkot, and everything Jewish based closed at sundown, which was at 5.
oh,
Right, it was 5.
yeah.
Is it like 5:30 that day or something like that in October, and we did, and we couldn't even attempt to make it because it was after 5 when we got back into Manhattan, and uh, I was very mad. So then it was about a year later when some friends that had a timeshare in the Poconos uh, invited us to go up there. Um, I finally got to go and see that, and like that the cover for Captain America. I think it's Captain America 109, where he's coming through the newspaper
Oh,
headline.
okay, yeah, yeah.
That was there.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, there's a double page splash page of Devil Dinosaur.
Oh
Uh,
man, that had to be awesome.
yeah, and he used um, magic markers on it
Really?
on some. Mm-hmm. Because there were some things that like that for the most part he was so busy penciling he didn't really ink his own stuff, and you'll see the credits of that. But then there came times where some things they were telling us that he did actually do some of the inks uh, himself on certain pages, not the vast majority of them or anything, but it's just some things here and there. So, but it's just to be able to see it, and it's just amazing.
That I mean, I've never seen like an exhibition of comic art. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Um, at one of John Hitchcock's shows in Greensboro one year, he had Bernie Wrightson,
Oh, that'd be amazing.
And yeah, and he was super nice. His wife was super nice. You know, he had he had originals for sale, and of course, you know, I was too scared to ask how much because I knew they had to be, you know, and this was 2006 maybe. You know, I knew that there had to be, you know, hundreds of dollars, hundreds and hundreds of dollars for one page, and I'm sure that's, you know, because of the market and everything, and the movies, you know, stuff like that. You know, it's probably even more expensive now, especially with him gone.
You think it would be hundreds? I would imagine thousands.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I I think I heard somebody say there like one page was like 600
Oh wow.
for yeah.
I guess yeah. I guess yeah. I'm a little surprised. I thought it'd be in the thousands or something, but
Yeah, I think this was kind of before things kind of
really exploded in
yeah.
price. And
But I mean, it's just like, you know, and he had one of those. He had some of the Frankenstein stuff he did,
oh really?
and like just to see that in person, you know, and just to see how, you know, that because he inked his own shit, and he, you know, it's just so good. It's just so good. Um, Same show. I talked to Michael Ringo. He was real nice. Um, that was also the same show where Orson Scott Card bought a copy of my Bucky the Werebeaver.
Oh
Like here we have like one of the most, you know, most well known, you know, science fiction writers of the, you know, the time period, and here he is going, Lucky the where I gotta read this. He wouldn't let me give it to him. I tried to give it to him. I was like, it's a 24-hour comic. And I'm like, you know, I did it in 24 hours. So, but that was, you know, that was huge.
let me see. Let me see. How am I on placement here? Okay. Yeah, that's pretty incredible. That would boost anyone's morale, confidence, and it should at least.
It looks like we got ads on right now.
Sorry about
Ads.
the ads. Sorry about the ads. Yeah, when I hit affiliate in 2022, I didn't, you know, it's like you have to, they have you set ads and this and this. You never think like, oh, this is gonna be a thing that bothers people.
You know, but you know, it's you know, people are spoiled.
mm,
You know, I think, and you know, it's also because of what I do too. But you know, I don't hate ads as much as most people do.
I do hate ads, but
I mean, you know, I mean, this when people go, how do you know so much stuff about what's going on? I'm like, I watch the ads.
yeah,
You know, why I watch the freaking ads.
yeah. Stephanie sees a lot of ads too, so she does know a lot of stuff from ads. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I mean, we you know we kind of train ourselves to do it a lot. You know, in you know graphic design. I mean,
Right.
you know, literally, we you know we would talk about stuff. You know, you could just get lost in a huge rabbit hole of things, and it was funny too because the way I, you know, when I took the marketing class, um, that was that was something that I wish I'd have done this on cardstock. But that was one of those things where uh, you know, it, the lady my instructor was pretty surprised about, um, all the things all the stuff I, was aware of, and I'd be telling her stuff. She's like, "Oh, I don't remember that." I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah." I wished I'd have done this on cardstock and not on
Right.
plain,
What'd you do it on?
just paper.
Paper.
Yeah, I didn't know. Of course, that's the way it is when you're an artist. Is there? It's coming through on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Let's get an update. Let's get an update. I don't really like what I'm doing at the moment, but I'm just. It's more important I move my hands around. So. Oh wow! Look, check it out.
oh,
It's
here it is.
to what?
There, I just sent it.
Oh, I had the wrong one. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, yeah, it's the third one, right? One, two,
fourth
three,
one.
fourth one.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. This one, right? Yeah, yeah. It has the line here, the stripe.
yeah,
Yeah, that's looking great.
yeah.
That's looking excelente.
Yeah. So I mean, he's got a weird, exaggerated mouth anyway.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes he was prone to like sort of fits of insanity and stuff. So I mean, it works.
Yeah. Yeah. He definitely, uh, you know, definitely a monster.
Oh yeah.
And another thing too. I mean, between how we kind of talked about the evolution of it. You know, because sometimes you know you feel like that, or sometimes I would get the impression that, especially for something that came out in like the early 80s or late 70s, whenever it first started, they didn't realize like what it would mean to Westerners.
Right, right.
You know, because demons and devils are so kind of commonplace in Japan.
Yes.
Um, so especially they have no idea what it was like to live through the Satanic Panic.
Haha.
I mean, that was that was definitely different.
Satanic
But
panic, man.
when you have a friend whose parents are Baptist, and I'll be right back.
Okay. You go take care of what you got to take care of. I'm just I'm just laying some stuff down. I'm not too concerned if this game comes out good or not. I just wanted to knock off some of the rust. Uh, I just wanted to knock off some of the rust. 'Cause it's been a while since I've done any art stuff. I do want to do more art.
feel like I've been fortunate to, have the job I do, and get to create and.
I know I've told you this before, Zeus, but it's interesting for me when I was, especially around sort of 2012, I really became sort of aware of what I wanted to put on the online of myself. And I started like very purposefully trying to do things not like what I was doing for money. Always look at it kind of like trying to unlearn stuff, because it just it's not fun. I try to get back to sort of how I did stuff when I was younger. It's a thing of mine, trying to get back to sort of the way I used to think about things or whatever, or in terms of art things. Because you get so much into a thing, it just, I don't know. You're like, yeah. It just wasn't always. It wasn't for me. It wasn't always fun, but it's not like I was doing whatever I wanted, though.
Yeah.
It makes a difference or whatever, but sometimes I talk with people and they're like, "Oh, well, I draw, but it's not, it's not like professional stuff. It's not this." And it's just like, "Well, just show me." Like I don't mind. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to, I'll make fun of like professionals who are putting out bad stuff, maybe, but I won't make fun
Yeah.
of so much regular people. But
I got a coworker. He get, he's like, he would see me and I'd bring in stuff or whatever, and a million times he'd tell me, "Oh yeah, my daughter's 12. She draws just like that. She's really good. She's great." And then like a few months ago, she came by with like her mom or whatever, and he was like, "Here, show him what you can do." And she's like, "No, Dad, he's a real artist. I don't want to." I'm like, "Here, just let me see." And it's fine. It's fine. Not bad stuff for a 12-year-old.
right.
I was like, just keep. I said, just keep drawing. You know, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep drawing. That's the key.
Basically, yeah.
Jay he finally finished the last episode, last issue of Jack Action.
Oh, really?
Yeah, hopefully he printed one. He sent me a picture of some of it, and it looks really good. I can't wait to get my hands on one. I told him make sure and send me a link when it's available.
We're all waiting for Lady Blue Mane. So
I know. Yeah, I have to work on it at work, so I have to like clock out and.
Oh, right.
I'm not able to use stuff here, so. But it's definitely in my head. Like I said, I just got to rewrite that last couple pages of dialogue. Just write it out so where it doesn't sound like robotic crap. So.
Do you remember Global Girl Fight?
Of course.
So it came up recently. someone was doing some was making some wrestling stuff in this thing I'm in with video games and stuff, and those WWE 2K games or whatever, and they put a lot of effort into making these videos and coming up with these like storylines and stuff. And I was telling them about Global Girl Fight, and I was showing them some of it. I was that they were all into all kind of stuff. They're like, is there more? And I was like, no. I made me think about Bean. Shout out to Bean. Hope he feels better soon. But Bean is always angry at me that I never finish any of my webcomic stuff. That's where I was going with it.
Yeah. Well, we wanted him to finish some stuff too, so.
Comic work is really hard, in my opinion. It's not even about even comic work that's not drawn well is really hard. Like, people may not know that.
Yeah.
And it's really hard because if you lose the discipline, it's like it's really hard to get it back. That's the problem with it.
You have to really, you have to entrench yourself and get going, and then just don't, you just got to keep doing it in some way, shape, or form. My biggest problem is I'm the writer, I'm the penciler, I'm the inker, I'm the colorist, I'm the
everything.
the letterer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and
I'm doing 8 jobs.
And I mean, I totally understand that from my own experiences. It becomes hard.
And it's just, you have when you have standards, like, I've seen people put stuff out that's crap.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have plenty of times. So.
And we see it more and more every day. But even like, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago at Heroes one year, this girl was selling, she's inking for DC, and it's just some really just simple ass mundane fucking panels on a page, and I was like, you can't put anything more into this. I'm like this took you, this is, what you're getting paid 8 hours worth of time to draw. This is your page rate. You did that.
Dang. Yeah.
And and she was a little miffed about it, and I was just like I understand that you're new in it and all, but no one's ever gonna remember you in this fucking shit right here. I mean, I'd rather get fired for putting too much into somebody else's stuff. So I'd rather be fired for putting too much into somebody else's pencils to make it look better than to keep getting paid to trace over shit.
The unfortunate thing, as we both know, modern comic book art is really bad.
Yeah, it's worse than it's.
So, I mean, I'm not gonna necessarily give her an out or anything because I don't know who this is. But there's not like a whole lot. There's not, from what I've seen, I don't really see the incentive for doing like excellent work. There's no more incentive for that really in the comic book industry because the people who are gonna buy it, they're gonna buy the comics no matter what. and it's a little bit like some things with movies and TV, like it's bad or whatever. People are just gonna buy it. They're just gonna consume it, and that's just how
Well,
it's
you
gonna
know,
be.
this was still, but there were they have outlets now that they didn't have, 12, 15 years ago, trade paperbacks weren't as big as they are now.
Right.
And honestly, if it wasn't for the trade paperback market and manga, helping people create space in bookstores for that stuff, um, uh, I think that would have hurt comics even more because of their, the sales are, nowhere near where they were in the 80s and stuff.
Right.
You,
Right. Right.
like when they almost canceled Thor.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah, they almost canceled Thor before Walt Simonson came on because after Kirby left, it just it wasn't doing well, especially
Imagine
the
that.
yeah, to the into the early 80s, and then here comes fucking Walt Simonson, and just says, "Oh, this is in trouble. I want to do this. I want to do a Kirby title." And and he took it and he wrapped himself in the myths and everything, and he made probably the one of the single greatest runs in all of the 80s. I mean, DC didn't have any. I mean, if you look at that same time period, DC didn't have anything to match up with Thor.
Um,
I mean,
Zombie
they had their
said
own stuff, but
that paperbacks are so fucking expensive right now. Yeah.
yeah, and that's sad, because when I was uh, helping out at the comic book store, I remember you could get the first Walking Dead trade, which was the first 6 issues, for I want to say it was $8.99 or $9.99, and that was one of those ones where if casual people would come in, or people would be like, I've been out of comics for so long, and I really don't like superheroes that much anymore, and I'd put a volume one of The Walking Dead in their hands. I'd be like, if you don't like this and you don't mess it up, you bring it back, and I'll buy it back from you. I'll give you $10 for it. I never had anybody bring it back. The same way with the first trade of the Teen Titans reboot from 2004, with Jeff Johns writing and Mike McCone doing the art. Those first like three or four trades. I could tell people, I'm like, look, this is modern. It's hip. It's got younger people and older Titans, that were once the new kids. They're now the mentors, and I'm like, it's just it's so good. I'm like, I'd show them that part where uh, Tim Drake Robin and Cassie and Superboy snuck out of Titan's Tower, and Connor's like, wow, Robin lied to Wonder Woman, or he lied. You lied to Starfire, and Robin's like, I lied to Batman. I was like, that's really awesome. Oh yeah, that's coming along really nice.
I know. I was like, I'm not liking it, but I like it a little more now than I.
I like the line, the hair, I like the hair and everything.
Yeah, I gotta work some more on this side of it.
Yeah.
But you mentioned The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Did did you like the comic book?
Yes, I like the comic book. I read about the first 70, 75 issues. I liked it. I liked it pretty good.
I did not really like the comic book. I have to be honest. I didn't really like the comic book. I ended up hating the show. I would say that I ended up hating the
I
show.
never. I watched the first episode and I was like, this is not doing anything for me. And I know it exploded on in the world and everything, but it never did anything for me. The TV show never did one single solitary thing for me. I just couldn't bring myself to give a crap about it.
I will thank the TV show because for a while I got a lot of business off it. People would want zombie portraits and stuff, so
Right.
I did do a number of no, I don't mean off the show, but the popularity of the show, people would
Right.
want their own like.
Oh yeah, there was
portraits.
a lot of zombie stuff going on
Yeah. So
at the time. Marvel Zombies was popular at the time. And they had like who was it? Joe, I think it was Joe Jusko was doing those great covers.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
uh, you know, and it's funny. I've seen um, some people on Twitter, some independent guys, and especially some writers here, and they just they just have this problem with not understanding how important art is to a comic book.
Right.
And people are like, yes, but you can have a great written comic book that will help you overcome mediocre art, right? And it makes an excellent product. And I said, yes, but I can take a dog shit comic book and put a Michael Turner cover on it, and
Yeah.
it will sell your great comic any day of the week.
Yes.
You know, like people, like you don't understand. This is a visual medium that guys are looking at, and we love beautifully done covers and interiors. That's why it took a while for Image to really find itself, because they those guys just they weren't great writers.
Right.
Knew
Yeah.
this. And they'd all worked with great writers, but they weren't great writers themselves,
Right.
especially right when they first started. But
I
but
mean,
the
some of that
stuff
Spawn
sold.
stuff is just like edgelord stuff in a way. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Spawn, Wildcats. Um, Wildcats was just you know cheesecake and beefcake. Uh, you know, like the X-Men and Avengers had a baby.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Um, and it was Jim Lee. So, you know, who's not going to buy Jim Lee stuff? Everybody bought Jim Lee stuff. Uh, you know, uh, all those guys back then, they really. Oh yeah,
Trying to see if I lower the light, but I can't. There's too much glare. You can't see all the stuff going on. But
I like it.
oh, thank
You feel like to me the way that you're like looking at him and he's looking down. I feel like he's sitting on his horse.
Oh yeah, it could be. Yeah, probably.
You know,
Probably so.
like I look at that and I automatically think of him sitting on his horse looking down. He's not, you know.
Yeah, most likely it is.
Yeah.
You talking about Image Comics? You remember the Darkness, Mark Silvestri?
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, it's making some kind of comeback. I don't know the details behind it, but
People love his stuff, and to me, his stuff was kind of like is kind of hit or miss.
mm,
Um, like he like the like his flow and some things that he did were really good. Um, and then other things, uh, not so much. Especially in the beginning. Um, in his early days, but uh, he really started to come into himself, after he left Marvel.
yeah. Um, I liked his run on X Men, but maybe if I saw it now, I wouldn't like it as much as I did back then. It's hard
Yeah,
to say.
I, and I don't remember who was inking him or whatnot, and how that may have affected it,
Right.
uh, back in the day, um, because I think the first thing I saw Silvestri draw, I want to say, was some of the Avengers. It was like an issue or two of the Avengers, and I think Tom Palmer was inking him, and Tom Palmer is an amazing artist, and I think it was some stuff where it was part of that one of the Atlantis attacks uh, crossovers.
Right.
And I remember that being really good, and I remember uh, after that he went to X-Men, and I remember it being very different, and then that's when you kind of learn about the what the how anchors can change things.
Oh God, John Romita Jr. is lucky to have had some of the inkers he had in the early days.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
we'll say.
We say this, I've said it a million times that he should have grabbed Steve Lee Aloha and begged him to be his inker for life, because his art never looked as good on X-Men as it did in that one issue. I can't remember if it was 188 or 189. But that one issue, Lee Aloha made his stuff look like $1 million. And then sometime in that period, that's when he got that the first and only ever Marvel Hunk of the Month,
Yeah.
and I think that's when his all the smoke went right up his ass and into his brain, because he slowly, like, after that Daredevil run, I didn't really have. I mean, I didn't even. I remember buying some of that, but I just remember thinking, I'm like, it just looks so damn unfinished.
Yeah.
You know, like I love the design of Typhoid Mary.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think he co-created her.
Okay.
Uh,
I didn't know that.
uh, yeah, because I'm here. Let me.
I'm like picking up stuff.
Yeah, so created by Ed Nocenti and artist John Romita Jr.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Yeah, yeah. Uh, First appeared Daredevil 254, May 1988.
that. Zombie, thank you so much. Zombie, thank you so much for the 25 bits. I appreciate it. Pedro is good artist. Thank you for sharing your hobbies with us.
Thank you for hanging out with us, Zombie.
Yeah, thank you for hanging out with us. Did you see Zeus's art, Zombie? Let me find let me pull that up again. I'll pull up the most recent update you sent. If I can find
Andesenti, she's
Look
a
at
really
that.
cool.
Look at Zeus's Devil Man. It's like John Byrne is doing Devil Man. It looks excellent, Zeus. It looks excellent. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go on, Zeus. What were you saying?
Yeah, well, I was just saying Andesenti. She was really cool. She worked. She was like a assistant editor on X-Men during the Claremont run, and she like helped like flesh out a lot of the stories and scripts from what I understand in that Chris Claremont little um, documentary that you can watch on Prime. He's a little, you know,
Yes.
he's a bit of a turd, but you know, I mean, maybe he's earned it.
We did.
I'm just such a Byrne fan. I'm just like I'm just biased.
Zeus.
Because,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
because they tried to, because when David Stern was the editor, they kept Byrne and would change some of the dialogue and the story stuff from what Claremont had written, and Claremont went to Jim Shooter, was like, they're hijacking my book, and they were, and they kind of they admitted, hey, we thought what we were doing was better than what you were doing, so he kind of,
So Zombie, let me show Zombie something real fast. Zombie, this is from
ads.
Oh, we got. Well, he doesn't have ads, but
Oh, he does. Oh, okay, good.
Zombie, this was from February of last year, 2024. This is from an art stream we did February of 2024. It's the Skull Veritic from Macross, and then from the same stream is the SDF1. The SDF1, the Super Dimensional Fortress Macross, and there is 2 cards in the back of this. There's 3 cards. There's Hikaru Chicho, there's Min Mei, and there's Misa. So in one stream last year we did all 3 of these. I think it was in one stream.
I think so.
Yeah. Oh wow, this is pretty cool. I didn't really look at the things I did in her hair. I didn't even remember doing all that. I thought there was just like 2 cards back here. I think that stream, Zeus, it was you, me, and it was I think we had Jacobius with us. He was talking with us for a bit. Do you remember that? Or
yeah, I do remember.
And then
honestly, it's incredible how fast you were able to draw a fucking Veritech fighter.
Well, we didn't. You and I didn't draw those things a gazillion times when we were younger.
Yeah.
uh, uh, a week after that stream, there was a stream where we did some X-Men cards. Let's see,
Yep.
let's see, Wolverine. Let's see if I can fit these all in here. Wolverine, Professor X, Cyclops, Storm,
Oh yeah, that was
Jean
yeah, that's
Grey,
straight out of the animated.
Jubilee. Oh, there's even more. There's Gambit and Rogue. Wow, we did all those, or some of these must have been afterwards.
Yeah, some of those monochromatic ones you usually did
Yeah,
after the stream ended.
that's a lot of cards for one stream. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 8 cards. But yeah. I've been thinking about doing the art streams on YouTube or something. I don't know. I am gonna mess with streaming on YouTube somewhat in the next few weeks. There's gonna be some
Yeah,
amount of that.
because your watch hours should be getting close, right?
Well, that and also I just have more potential audience there than I do here.
Yeah.
But because I just have a little more momentum over there. Interesting fact about me on YouTube, Zeus. I learned this recently. So it says in the last 28 days. So what do you think my number one demographic is, like geography wise, on YouTube?
Um.
Like what country? Which country? I mean, it should be pretty easy. What's the number one?
I mean, you would think that the United States would be your number one.
That's the number one. Okay, what do you think is the number two for the last 28 days?
Germany.
No,
Australia.
I was really surprised. It's Indonesia.
Ah, interesting.
And I was like, "Oh, well, this must be an anomaly." I put it to 365 days. So I was like, "Okay, what's my thing for 365?" Oh, also for the last 28 days, Malaysia was number 3. That was surprising for me. But for 365 days, USA, of course, still number 1. But number 2 was still Indonesia. I was really surprised. The UK was number 3 for the 365 days. I was like, wow.
UK was going to be my next guest.
Yeah, I mean, and that would have made a lot of sense to me because I know, XYZ people there. So, I mean, it's like, okay, that would make sense to me. But, let's see. Okay, so yeah, we doodled it up. Hopefully knock some rust off. Who knows? I'll have to do some serious arting in the future. We'll see. But let me. Oh, Zeus has a tweet out, amigos. He's got a tweet out with his progression. Can I promote the tweet?
Yeah, go ahead. Nobody else will, so.
Let me get to what's it called? Let me get to.
Sometimes tweeting, my phone will have an X on it, and I'll be like, "What the hell is this?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, this did not send."
What is I think Zeus. Yeah, Zeus leads to his Twitter. So check out Zeus's Twitter, Zeus King Dark, and for the specific tweet, let's see the specific tweet. Click on that for the specific tweet. We're gonna go raid out. We're gonna raid out. I might raid out. Let's see. Do we want? Let's raid out Kimbo Collins because we have that free gift sub there. Wait, unless is Mrs. Zombie streaming? If Mrs. Zombie is streaming, I'll raid her. I didn't check. Let me see. Let me see.
I'm
No, she's not.
I'm drawing Typhoid Mary.
Oh, okay. Oh, whoa, that's gonna be cool. Okay, we're gonna raid Kimball Collins. Thanks for hanging out, Zombie. Thanks, Ange, for hanging out earlier. Also, always a smile. She was by earlier. Everyone, take care. We'll have music and cards and all that stuff next week. But let's go raid.
And tomorrow, Mark Out Mania.
Oh yeah, Mark Out Mania on YouTube tomorrow. Definitely check it out. Adios. Thank you, Zeus.
Oh.
Hold on. I have to stop this thing.
Right.